Hello and welcome to this Wednesday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Ward. 8 races behind closed doors at Ascot on Wednesday. We're expecting a partly cloudy day, 23 degrees Celsius. The track to be a good 4 and the rail to be in the 16-metre position with a cutaway in place. Race number 1 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 12:59. It's the Western Race Picks Maiden over 1,500 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start second of Diamond Trade.
With a really good run at the top of the straight. Red Mill, though, has a kick by the 250 from Sky 5. Diamond Trade down the outside is opening up for Harvey. Diamond Trade, Sky 5. They've come together with 100 left to go. Sky 5 responding, gets the better of Diamond Trade, who can't do any better. And Sky 5 pulls away late. Sky 5 beat Diamond Trade with another.
Pretty weak maiden, but Diamond Trade looks like the one in race number 1. She's had 9 opportunities to break through, but none of them have been as good as her 10th chance. She also gets a gear change as well with the visors going on for the first time. She had an excuse last start. She was past fit behind the gate. She did have some blood in her mouth. She's clearly got the best form of these here, and if she is not a non-winner, she should be breaking her maiden. Goes on top from number 3, Magic's Heritage, that led at a course and distance maiden 4 weeks ago before fading out of the placings. That was behind Miss Dominican, beaten just over a length. Jared Noski keeps the ride. Number 2 is Shadow Shifter. Has been poor this campaign, certainly. Only beat 1 home at York and then 1 home at Bunbury. Form last campaign was okay. Has gate 1 here and a claim as well, down to 54 kilos. And then number 6, Phantom Star. A couple of gear changes here. The bubble cheeker goes on. The lugging bit comes off. Has been unplaced in all 9 of her starts, but this race is very weak. It goes in for 4th. Top selection in race number 1 is number 5, Diamond Trade, to beat 3, Magic's Heritage, 2, Shadow Shifter and 6, Phantom Star. Race number 2 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 1:34. It's the Tab Touch Better Your Bet Plate over 1,000 metres in replay. Let's go down the highway to Bunbury and the last start second of Our Boy Dylan.
The home bender, and Pike's about to let Salaya down as well. 2 lengths to Neurologic, looking to get around their heels with Mombasa starting to wind up as well. Inside the 200, now he goes to work. Pike on Salaya, and Salaya ranges up, draws level with Our Boy Dylan. Salaya reaches the lead, comes away, and it's an early stakes day double for Pike. Goes on Salaya to beat Our Boy Dylan aging.
Tricky race this, but ended up siding with number 1, Our Boy Dylan. Won 2 trials. First at Larkhill on the 10th and then at the same venue 2 weeks later, and then went to Bunbury in the replay race. It was beaten by Salaya, but that horse is very, very smart indeed from the Daniel McCormick yard. Tried to make all that day. We'll expect it'll try to do the same on Wednesday. Did also defeat the smart American Choice in the second of his trials as well. I think the form's good enough. Beat Timescale, who was good here on Saturday as well in that race down at Bunbury. Goes on top. I think the biggest danger is clearly number 4, I'm a Single Man. Debuts here, has had a couple of trials. The winkers go on for the debut. Beat Queen Brown in the second of those trials, and that form certainly did stack up on Saturday. Number 2 is coming a little bit closer, resumes after contesting the first juvenile race of the year. That was the initial plate back on the 12th of October. Was beaten 4.5 lengths by Bumper Humper that day. Jason Wright rode the horse. William Pike takes over on Wednesday. And then number 3, Excerpt, has got some experience. This horse gets gate number 1 as well, but has got more than 3 lengths to make up on Our Boy Dylan from the replay race. Top selection in race number 2 is number 1, Our Boy Dylan, to beat 4, I'm a Single Man, 2, Come a Little Bit Closer, and 3, Excerpt. Race number 3 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 2:09. It's the Seppelt Handicap over the staying trip of 2,200 metres and in replay. Let's go back 7 days to the Ascot win of Pom.
Race is on in earnest now, and Pike is getting busy on Kentucky Love. Kentucky Love kicks 2 in front from Pretty Friar, and over on the outside, Pom sticks to its task. It's Kentucky Love down to the 150. Pretty Friar and Pom are starting to bridge that margin, though. It's Pom on the outside, getting the upper hand late. Pom in front, and Pom is just going to win it. Pom scored.
Pom has now won back-to-back races, and Darren McAuliffe, who trained Censure as well among the nominations, elected to scratch that horse and leave only the 1 galloper from his yard in this race. On the quick backup, that win was pretty good, I thought, last week. Chloe Has a Party claims she takes over from Ben Patterson, so the weight comes down to 57.5, carry 57 to win in the replay race. goes on top. Number 1 is Red Hot Tip. It's another last start winner in this contest. Now, Red Hot Tip beat Great Waters at Bunbury last time out by nearly 2 lengths. Ryan Hill was aboard that day. He keeps the ride. Number 4 is Great Waters. It meets Red Hot Tip 1 kilo better than their last clash. Now, Red Hot Tip's quite likely to be in front of Great Waters in the run, given their gaits and their patterns, and the 1 kilo doesn't equate to 2 lengths in my book. And then number 6, Shawadi Wadi, broke her maiden on Bunbury Cup Day, but that was a pretty weak race, won by a length at $2.60 from Take Me Home here. A bit harder this one, we suspect, particularly against the likes of Pom. Top selection in race number 3 is number 2, Pom, to beat 1 Red Hot Tip, 4 Great Waters and 6 Shawadi Wadi. Race number 4 at Ascot on Wednesday will jump at 2:44. It's the Ascend Sales Trophies handicap over 1,000 metres and in replay. Let's go to Belmont Park and the trial of Express Time.
No time. He's about 9 lengths in front as they corner for home. Ship Creek is disputing second spot with Bombardment. Coming away from their heels is Celia Torrey. Then back behind those is Infiltrator along with Vintage Stock, Blitz and Boots, but it's a one-act affair. Express Time kept up to his work by Parnham. Still 8 lengths ahead. Celia Torrey gets to the outside. Is cutting back the deficit on Bombardment. They'll fight out second, but Express Time has won from Bombardment.
Horses don't trial too much better than Express Time did in that replay trial. That was on the 3rd of March, beat Bombardment from the same stable by 7.4 lengths. Brad Parnham was in the saddle that day. As 1 from 1 made its debut at Northern back in October last year. It was at a reasonable price, $7.50, but got the job done, beating Tiber Vera. They paid quite a bit of money for this horse at the yearling sales, $110,000. Reappears off that impressive trial. I suppose the gait's a bit of a query here. Gate number 10 of 10 in a race with a fair bit of speed. But it's hard to get away from that trial. I think it's pretty moderate opposition. So it goes on top. For number 6, Melody Secret for Jim Taylor and Chloe Has a Party. Now, Lachlan Neindorf rode this horse to victory last week, gave it an absolute peach. Chloe comes in, she claims 2 down to 55, so 3 kilos more than last week's victory. But that was a good win, and the quick backup is a positive. Number 2 is Semigel, has placed on each of his last 4 starts, and William Pike takes the ride from taking over from Kerry Yule. He has ridden the horse once before for an unplaced effort. And then number 3, Carabinia, broke through at York, not expecting the York form to stack up particularly well here. But again, this is a pretty shallow race once you get beyond the top 2. Top selection in race number 4 is number 5, Express Time, to beat 6 Melody Secret, 2 Semigel and 3 Carabinia.